Hello children. So today we will be starting our geography chapter 6, that is manufacturing industries. Okay. So manufacturing industries. First of all, it is important to know what is manufacturing, isn't it? So manufacturing means to convert any product from raw materials. Okay. That is raw materials होगा, उसको लेके आएंगे, उसको हम लोग convert करेंगे. That is to a valuable goods through processing, and this whole process is known as manufacturing. Okay, so this is manufacturing, that is to convert. When you will convert any product from raw materials to a valuable goods, the whole process is known as manufacturing. Okay, and this production takes place in very large amount, that is basically spent by the manufacturer. Now in sectors of economics, okay, we discussed, that is in the chapter sectors of economy, that is in economics. Yes, we discussed about primary sector, secondary sector and tertiary sector, isn't it? So primary sector, that is where we are getting raw materials directly, which is related to nature. Yes, then next comes secondary sector, that is by using these raw materials जो हमको primary sector से मिला है, through processing we are doing the production. So this is what happening in manufacturing industries. Okay, so manufacturing industries falls in secondary sector. Manufacturing industry जो है वो secondary sector में आता है. Okay, country's economic growth depends on industries and production. That is, for the development of any economic growth of a country, it is necessary to establish the growth of manufacturing industries. Yes, because this is the industry which is bringing the raw materials through processing and bringing it to the market. Manufacturing industry है जो कि प्रोसेस करके प्रोडक्ट बना के उसको मार्केट में लेके आता है. Okay, so this is manufacturing industries. Now what are the importance of manufacturing industry? Okay, so this industry basically it is the backbone of development. See, the difference is there, that is agriculture is the backbone of the country. Here we are talking about economy. Many people are employed, isn't it? Basic raw materials are coming from there, agriculture के through, because बहुत सारे लोग agriculture में employed है. So agriculture को हम backbone मानते हैं, isn't it? Economy for a country. But along with this, that is along with the agriculture, industries were also there. Yeah, working together with agriculture for the development of nation. मतलब agriculture के साथ industries भी हैं जो hand in hand they are working together for the development of a country. Because as industries are developing, agriculture is also developing. Yes, so industries are giving employment to the people. In agricultural also employment is there. Agriculture में भी ऐसा नहीं कि employment नहीं है. But as we all know that when the job opportunities are less, जब हमको job ज़्यादा नहीं मिल रहा है, we are not getting, we move to agriculture, isn't it? So there would be more people. There would be more people if the secondary and tertiary sector would not be there. अगर ये secondary sector नहीं रहता या tertiary sector नहीं रहता, तो maximum people they will be engaged in agriculture only, isn't it? क्योंकि उनके पास और कोई option है नहीं. So the secondary and tertiary sector gives employment to a large number of people, isn't it? And this is the reason that slowly the agriculture के ऊपर जो burden है वो कम होते जा रहा है धीरे धीरे, isn't it? क्योंकि tertiary sector and secondary sector के. So these two sectors help agriculture. किस में agriculture help करता है? By providing employment, isn't it? Secondary sector और tertiary sector में employment का chances ज़्यादा है, opportunities ज़्यादा है ना? तो इसलिए what happened कि as employment is more in secondary sector and tertiary sector, people are moving to manufacturing sectors, isn't it? And what is the result of these industries? Eradication of unemployment, सबसे main. Yes, unemployment मिट रहा है, poverty at the same time, isn't it? And regional differences are also reduced because of this, as the industries are established in backward areas, है ना? Now when you do production of goods, you will export also. जब हम goods को बना रहे हैं तो हम export भी करते हैं, because of which our trade expands. हमारा business बढ़ रहा है, हमारा trade बढ़ रहा है, and foreign exchange is increasing, isn't it? One more thing, wherever manufacturing industries are more, they are always prosperous. जहाँ पे manufacturing industries ज़्यादा है वो बहुत develop होता है, because we can say that as industries increases, employment increases, relation with agriculture increases, improvise, isn't it? So because of all these, the country develop. Everything will proportionally increase and the country's prosperity will also increase. इसके साथ साथ सभी कुछ increase होंगे. Okay, so wherever more money and more prosperity is there, we can see that there are more industries. Okay, and more industries are set up which are very strong. जहाँ ज़्यादा industries है वो area बहुत strong होंगे, it will be developed. Okay, so these are the importance of manufacturing. Now comes agriculture and industries. Okay, so agriculture and industries are interrelated, isn't it? Actually they go hand in hand. Industries depend on agriculture, isn't it? That is, they are interdependent. So हम लोग what to say that हम उनको अलग अलग में देख सकते हैं, because they are having a two-way relation. That is, agriculture and industry both are having the two-way relation. That is, agriculture gives raw products to the industries, raw materials, isn't it? And industries gives them materials for further inputs. एग्रीकल्चर हमको रॉ मटेरियल्स देता है और उस रॉ मटेरियल्स को प्रोसेस करके इंडस्ट्री हमको फर्दर इनपुट दे रहा है. लाइक शुगर केन, आई वांट शुगर, isn't it? So sugar cane by agriculture. For clothes, cotton, okay, that is also coming through agriculture. So raw materials we can say that is coming from agriculture. Okay, and industries depends on agriculture. So by this we understood that industries are depending upon agriculture, and at the same time agriculture also depend on industries, है ना, which makes fertilizers. And industries like this which makes fertilizers, irrigation pumps, okay, pesticides, insecticides, that is, which help agriculture to develop and improvise. So it is said that it is a two-way interdependent relationship, and that is the reason that agriculture and industries are considered differently. Okay, I hope clear till here. Now how should be the industries in globalized world? Okay, so what is globalization? I think this question also came in your exam, okay, and some of you said that this is not in your syllabus. Actually I think this globalization you are learning from class 8th, isn't it? So what is globalization? It is basically, we can say that, integration of different features of the world. Okay, that is globalization. In case of trade, culture, knowledge, goods, okay, product, traveling, all are related to globalization. So people are traveling, everything is exchanging, है ना, लोग एक दूसरे को जान रहे हैं. That is what globalization is. And if globalization is there, then naturally all the doors of different regions are opened. Now the production जो इंडिया में हो रहा था और in any other country, let's say UK or US, okay, now we are compared with their qualities. मतलब उनकी क्वालिटी जो वहाँ बन रही है और जो हमारी क्वालिटी, वो कंपेयर होता है. एंड बाहर जो है वो इंटरनेशनली सेट है. ओके, इफ़ कंट्री में है, दैट इज़ जो कंट्री में हो रहा है. ओके, नाउ कंपटीशन इज़ मोर, क्वालिटी शुड बी सेटिंग हाई. अगर कंपटीशन ज़्यादा है तो हमारा क्वालिटी भी वैसा होना चाहिए अगर हमको उस कॉम्पिटिटिव वर्ल्ड में एंटर करना है. नाउ फॉर दिस, दैट इज़ टू कम्पीट विथ अदर्स, सेल्फ सफिशिएंसी इज़ नॉट इनफ. वी हैव टू प्रोड्यूस मोर टू कम्पीट विद द वर्ल्ड. जितना ज़्यादा हमारा प्रोडक्शन होगा हम वर्ल्ड के साथ कंपटीशन कर सकते हैं. एट द सेम टाइम वी हैव टू बी एफिशिएंट. ओके, अदरवाइज वी विल रिमेन एट द बैक. हमको एफिशिएंट भी होना चाहिए, है ना. इफ़ वी वांट टू एस्टैब्लिश इन इंटरनेशनल मार्केट, आवर क्वालिटी ऑफ गुड्स मस्ट बी ऑन द टॉप, है ना. सो these is globalization, how the industries and how our development is related to this. Okay, now comes contribution of industry to national economy. Now see, out of total we can say that 25%, 27% is industry, and from this 10% are for mining, quarries and electricity sectors. Okay, and rest 17% are general. But if we see the contribution in GDP, then that is only 17%, है ना. Now in agriculture also it is less, okay, but हमें पता है that in secondary and tertiary sector it is more. But अगर वो 27% employed लोगों को लेकर चल रही है of total population, then what happened that उनकी GDP का contribution भी उसी हिसाब से होना चाहिए, isn't it? But वो है 17%. Okay, and the problem is that it is stagnant, वो रुका हुआ है. Why is it so? Because in India the contribution is 17%, but in the worldwide, if we take East Asian countries, okay, this is much lower, because वहाँ पे 25 to 35% contribution है GDP का. Okay, and हमारे यहाँ only 17%, isn't it? So this is because of stagnation, वो बढ़ ही नहीं रहा है, रुका हुआ है. ओके, सो ऐसा ही होना चाहिए. इट इज़ नॉट कि व्हाट टू से दैट एवरी डिकेड 12% होना चाहिए. ओके, बट ओनली 7% वॉज द ग्रोथ. ग्रोथ कितना हो रहा है? 7%. नाउ आफ्टर 2003 वी कैन से, सो व्हाट इम्प्रूवमेंट केम कि 7% से इंक्रीज हुआ. ओके, ऑल्दो इट इज़ लेस देन 12%, 12% तक होना चाहिए था, लेकिन 7% से थोड़ा बहुत इंक्रीज हुआ 2003 के बाद. एंड नाउ इट इज़ 9 to 10%. 12% तक पहुंचा नहीं है, बट देन ऑल्सो इम्प्रूवमेंट इज देयर एज इट इंक्रीज टू 9%. ओके, सो मेनी ऑफ देम बिलीव दैट इफ वी डू प्रॉपर एफर्ट, अगर हम एक सही तरीके से एफर्ट लेंगे तो व्हाट हैपेंड, आवर प्रोडक्टिविटी विल improve, then manufacturing can achieve its target. एंड विद दिस ऑब्जेक्टिव, इसी ऑब्जेक्टिव के साथ कि हम अपना अलग से कुछ एफर्ट करें जिससे कि हम अपना टारगेट पा सके, इसके लिए व्हाट वी डिड दैट इज NMCC को सेटअप किया गया, दैट इज नेशनल मैन्युफैक्चरिंग कॉम्पिटिटिवनेस काउंसिल. ओके, इनको सेटअप इसलिए किया गया सो दैट इट विल हेल्प अस दैट हाउ वी कैन डेवलप द मैन्युफैक्चरिंग सेक्टर for the development of our country. Okay, so this is a contribution of industries to national economy. Now comes industrial location. Say industrial location means industries को जहाँ setup होना चाहिए, जिस location पे industries को हम setup कर रहे हैं. So it is complex but difficult to find everything at one place. अगर एक इंडस्ट्री को लोकेट करना है एक जगह पे, इट इज़ नॉट नेसेसरी कि गया और हमने लोकेट कर दिया. उसके लिए बहुत कुछ प्रोडक्शन या बहुत कुछ फैक्टर्स हैं जो responsible है, as it is influenced by like government policies, availability of raw materials, labor, capital, market facilities. ये सारी चीज़ मिलकर ही इंडस्ट्रियल लोकेशन सेट किया जाता है. सो टू एस्टेब्लिश एन इंडस्ट्री in which location all these factors determine. So you can see in your book in the figure 6.1 also, okay, and 6.2 the ideal location of a country it is shown, है ना. Cost of obtaining raw materials, cost of production at site, decision to locate factory at site, cost of distribution of production at site. And the thing is that कि raw materials production in all these, what is the most important thing which is playing, that is cost. Cost जो है वो सबसे main factor है. What all factors are there, all these we should get at very low price. ऐसा नहीं कि हमको ये सब चाहिए लेकिन हमारा cost reasonable होना चाहिए, for which we can afford it. Okay, now if we see the relationship between industries and cities, in then what is it that sometimes some cities are not developed. Okay, but what happened, they develop afterwards in future, because industrialization and urbanization go hand in hand, दोनों साथ साथ जाते हैं. That is when industrialization grows, urbanization also grows actively. Simple to remember that industrialization is a cause and urbanization is the result. अगर कहीं पे इंडस्ट्रीज ज़्यादा हो रहे हैं तो urbanization ही होगा, ग्रोथ ही होगा वहाँ का. Okay, sometimes somewhere cities are already set and industries also should be there nearby that cities. Okay, वहाँ पे cities पहले से हैं और industries भी अगर आसपास होगा तो better है. Why? Because in cities many provisions are there. क्योंकि वो सिटीज़ में ही आपको अलग अलग प्रोविजंस मिलेंगे, अलग अलग हेल्प मिलेंगे, जैसे बैंकिंग हो गया, ट्रांसपोर्ट हो गया, ये सब चीज़ आपको इंडस्ट्रीज़ में ज़रूरत पड़ने वाला है, isn't it? नाउ एज द इंडस्ट्रीज़ आर यूजिंग द एडवांटेजेस ऑफ द सिटीज़, क्योंकि ये इंडस्ट्रीज़ को सिटीज़ के एडवांटेजेस मिल रहे हैं, उस लोकेशन का एडवांटेजेस मिल रहे हैं इंडस्ट्रीज़ को. ऐसा तो नहीं कि हम कोई भी लोकेशन में जाके सेटअप हो जाए तो इंडस्ट्रीज़ बढ़ जाएगा या ग्रोथ हो जाएगा, है ना. बिकॉज ऑफ दैट सिटीज़, क्योंकि इन बैंकिंग, ट्रांसपोर्ट, इंश्योरेंस, एवरीथिंग इज़ देयर, इजंट इट. सो क्योंकि वो सिटीज़ का एडवांटेजेस ले रहा है, सो दिस प्रोसेस इज नोन एज एग्लोमेरेशन इकोनॉमीज. ओके, एग्लोमेरेशन इकोनॉमी मतलब, क्योंकि इसको इसलिए एग्लोमेरेशन इकोनॉमीज बोला जाता है क्योंकि वहाँ की जो इंडस्ट्रीज़ है सिटीज़ में, अर्बन सेंटर्स में जो एडवांटेजेस उनको ऑफर किया जा रहा है वो सब इंडस्ट्रीज़ ले रही है, इंडस्ट्रीज़ यूज़ कर रही है. सो दिस इज़ नोन एज एग्लोमेरेशन economies. Okay, clear. Now industry markets linkage, that is how they are linked with each other, industries and markets. See in figure 6.1 it is 7. Industries are set up because of factors of production, and from there it comes to transportation, then it moves to factories. Okay, after that output which is produced, that is the product, जो हमको इंडस्ट्रीज में बनने के बाद जो प्रोडक्ट मिल रहा है, दैट इज अगेन थ्रू ट्रांसपोर्टेशन वो कहाँ पे पहुँच रहे हैं, मार्केट में, isn't it? So just remember that if a factory is set up in any location, the only thing to keep in mind is the cost. Very important factor, that is cost of the location where the factory is set up. मतलब जहाँ पे हमको जिस land हम लोग use कर रहे हैं इंडस्ट्री के लिए, that land should be at our reasonable cost, जिसको कि हम afford कर पाए. Okay, so this is the most important factor. Now clear industry and market linkage. Now comes bachas classification of industries. Now see, in classification of industries, so industries are classified on the basis of different points, we can say. Okay, so first it is given that on the basis of source of raw materials, classification of industries on the basis of sources of raw materials. So in this first comes agro based industries. So agro based industries, that is here what happened, raw materials are further processed to produce goods. Understood? That is, so this determines from where the raw material should come. Okay, raw materials कहाँ से आता है? If it is coming from agriculture, then it is agro based, we can say it. अगर वो agriculture से आ रहा है, like in the example it is given cotton, woolen, jute, सिल्क, रबर एंड ऑल, ये सब एग्रीकल्चर के थ्रू हमारे पास आता है, इज़ इट? विदाउट एग्रीकल्चर ऐसा तो नहीं किया जाएगा. So that is the reason it is known as agro based. Okay, next is mineral based, that is which is related to nature and all, we can say that is iron and steel and all. Okay, cement, aluminiums and all. So these all are mineral based, that is this classification is on the basis of resources, on the basis of raw materials. Okay, next is coming, that is according to the main role, that is on the basis of main role, we can say. What are the classification? See, first it is given ki basic or key industries, that is which take their raw materials and manufactures to other goods. Okay, second goods, that is these goods are not directly used by the consumers, ये directly consumer use नहीं कर रहे. ठीक है, it is first conformed into other goods, that is why these are known as mineral based, which is not directly used by the consumers. Next it is coming consumer industries, that produce goods for direct use by the consumers, जो कि consumers directly use कर रहे हैं, जैसे sugar आ गया, toothpaste आ गया, ये सब consumers directly use कर रहे हैं. But in the same way if you see iron and steel and copper, ये सब consumers directly use नहीं कर रहे, ये industry से कहीं और जा रहा है, उसके बाद वो किसी form में हमारे पास आ रहा है, isn't it? Now next is, so this is on the basis of main role. Now comes capital investment. Capital investment means पैसे कितने लगे, कैसे लगाए हम पैसे. Okay, so here also we can say small scale industries and large scale industries. Okay, कम पैसे लगे तो small scale industries, large means we can say that ज़्यादा पैसे तो large scale industries. Okay, in a small scale industry investment allowed is only ₹1 crore, that is up to 1 crore small scale industries में. But large scale industries में investment is allowed more than 1 crore, 1 crore से ज़्यादा भी allow कर रही है in large scale industries. Okay, then on the basis of ownership it is coming public sector and private sector. Okay, so public sector means which is operated by government agencies, जो कि government के through हो रहा है and it is available for everyone, ये सबके लिए है, not for specified कि किसके लिए है या उसके लिए है. Okay, next is comes private sector. Private sector means it is operated by individuals. Okay, and which is run for personal profit, not for everyone. इसका profit सबके लिए नहीं है, एक individual इसका profit उठा रहा है. Okay, so this is known as private sector. And joint sector means which are run by the state and the individual, both. Okay, so as a group of individual we can say, this is joint sector. Then comes cooperative sector. Cooperative sectors means this is operated by the producers or the suppliers of raw materials. Okay, and whatever profit or loss is there, जो भी profit या loss हो रहा है वो दोनों share कर रहे हैं in cooperative sector. Yes, now comes the next on the basis of bulk and weight of raw materials and finished goods. Okay, Bulk goods या weight of raw materials we can say heavy industries and light industries. Heavy industries means जहाँ पे production of heavy goods होता है, okay, and light industry simple where the light raw materials are used or produced. That is your light industries. So I hope till here everybody clear classification of industries. Yes. So bachas, this is all for today's session. Okay, rest I will take in the next class. So again go through the chapter or go through this portion till here, read the chapters properly. Okay, and if you are having any doubt you can ask me. Thank you bachas, God bless you all.